Hi, and welcome to your weekly dose of Capsule Machina. Today, timing belt on the Stagea. We are going to replace the timing belt on the Stagea, water pump, and well, obviously tensioners and all that kind of good stuff. Belts while I'm at it, thermostat. If I can get to the valve cover gaskets, I'll do that as well. And plugs. So pretty eventful weekend. It is approximately 7:30 in the morning, about 40 degrees out. I'm gonna get cracking. I'm gonna put this thing on time lapse and take it from there. Hopefully I don't get any hangups. Went to Harbor Freight, picked up a cooler set. And I'm gonna check to see if those O-rings and stuff back there are leaking, because I do have some of those, just in case. But yeah, fingers crossed it's gonna be an easy breezy. I'm jinxing myself, I just love it. We'll see how it goes from there, okay? I may stop in between if I have any things that I need to vent about or bitch and moan about. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Sounds good. This timing belt was changed, maybe 98,000 kilometers. It's about 150-ish right now. So yeah, I would say it needs to get changed, yeah? That's why you gotta do these things. I mean, they're low mileage and all, but I don't even remember how long ago it was changed, you know. So it was changed before the recommended kilometer amount, but how many years ago? And who knows how long it's been sitting. Yeah, so justified spending a whole weekend doing this. So far so good. It's tight to get in there, but I'm loosening things up as it goes. Then it gets easier. So I'm making sure to loosen up all the hoses, the radiator hoses, because I'm replacing those while I'm here. You gotta loosen this all up for the thermostat later, or down there. So yeah, whew, man, that's crazy. All right, update you later. All right, I'm in a standstill. Just like with Samet's kit, pulley kit, doesn't come with the M6. I don't know what this is, but it doesn't fit on the pulley. Followed his instructions, putting it in 5th gear and then breaking it free. Kind of just jerking it or impacting it or whatever with the big breaker bar, and got it to loosen up. It moved a little, so I shifted it back over so it's top dead center. Remarked them, they have been marked before. Check this out. I thought this was interesting. Whatever. That's all lined up. That's all lined up. That's all lined up. Okay. So, I'm gonna go to the hardware store, pick up some M6 bolts. While I'm at it, might as well pick up coolant and bunch of brake clean so I can clean the area. Yeah, making progress. Taking my time because there's no need to rush on this thing. It's not like it's going anywhere anytime soon. It's not like it's my daily driver just yet. So that's my little update for now. I'll get back to you in a bit. Well, got that harmonic balancer pulley out. Looks like there's some buildup here around behind that seal. Like it's actively, or not actively, but like it was or is kind of seeping. So since I'm here, I'm gonna change it out. Might as well. Yeah, I went to the AutoZone and got some M6 bolts. They're what, 45 mil long, so that was plenty enough to get it out, and came off no issues. So if I'm gonna change that seal, it looks like I'm gonna have to go grab another tool from the Harbor Freight, puller, the claws, you know, get that out. But I'm gonna take off the timing belt and the water pump, get that all squared away, and then I can do that. So if you can see, looks like it has been replaced at one point in time, but you know, I want a clean slate. I want to make sure I don't have to do this again. So that's where I'm at with that. I'm gonna get some brake cleaner, clean that off, and then take the timing belt off, and then the water pump. Update you guys in a bit. I can't tell you how many times I referred to Samet's videos, and you know, because of his little mistakes or little trials and tribulations, it saved me. I was gonna go get a puller, you know, to pull it out, and then I go, oh, maybe I should wiggle this gear like Sam did, and sure enough, it's coming out. So if I put a little bit of force, it'll come right out. So I don't need to get a puller. Save me some time. So it's cool that, you know, someone took the time to, you know, videotape something 7+ years ago, and then I'm using it now to work on the car, and it's making life just that much easier. So cool. I'm ecstatic about that. I don't have to get a puller and go through that whole process. It's just, you know, back and forth kind of sucks. You know, just want to kind of keep momentum going and get this all squared away. So awesome. Just wanted to update you on that real quick. that. Let's see, what time is it? It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Took breaks. Buddy came by, shot the shit for a bit. Took my time, but I was able to knock this out on my own. Just like, you know, researching on YouTube and reading up on the forums, you know, found conflicting data on torque for the water pump. So the first one I pulled was for an SR20. I figured it shouldn't be that big of a deal. And then the other one was off of a R33. It was like big discrepancy as far as torque. So I went with the R33 torque, but I had to pull everything back off. Timing belt, you know, and tensioners. But yeah, here it is, all done. I got these from eBay, some ISR radiator hoses. Kind of a bitch to put on, but, and I know I should upgrade these, but I didn't have any and I didn't want to go with them. They were such a bitch to put on. They'll hold. No, I'll know. Feel safe with that. Kind of a bitch to put on. I think the most stressful thing that I did today was fucking, excuse my language, the thermostat. What a pain. Oh my God. So I'll get right back to the home with the line. Yeah, so the most painful thing about today was the thermostat. I mean, what a pain. Kind of tight. To reach behind there's 3 bolts. Take them off, no big deal. Get in there. Had a stock Nissan thermostat in there, so I don't know if it's ever been replaced, but I'm glad I did it. Put that in there. Put that gray gasket maker on, and try to thread it in. It just gooped over, slid. Oh God, it was such a mess. I was using choice words, but I finally got it. Hopefully it doesn't have gasket maker all over it and cause me issues later. But if it does, then I'll know exactly what it is. Torqued everything down. Went with the Bando Rib Ace belts, just because I got them from Rock Auto. And tightened them up, and I even got replaced that fan with a GK Tech fan, because the other one was cracking in the typical RV places. Another thing that was kind of a pain, and I'm probably stripped, I don't know, but when I was putting this on, this camera sensor on back on, it popped and cracked, and I was like, what? Removed it, looked around, didn't see anything crazy, and then put it back on and it went on fine. So I'm not gonna wrench it and torque it down super hard, just good and tight. What else? Belts, timing belt, fan, radiator hoses, thermostat. I was gonna do the spark plugs today, but I'm tired. In order to do that, I gotta remove this. So yeah, maybe another day. Tomorrow, I'll just put coolant in, flush out as much as I can. Probably gonna have to get another bottle. I just got the 1 gallon 50/50. Make sure nothing leaks or runs out. Should. I did everything right. But yeah. And then I'll save another time to install the timing. Oh yeah, and I replaced the front too. These are for the cams. They're not leaking, so I'm not going to replace it. But yeah, I got to do the plugs and valve cover gasket. But yeah, I'm going to call it a day. I'm tired. Alright, thanks all. Okay, so it's been a minute since I've updated you guys on the situation. I pretty much done the timing belt. Now, when I went to go and try and start it after I filled the coolant, it didn't start. Just turning over, and I'm like, oh my God. Did I screw up big time or what? Did I screw up the timing? I made sure. So just total second guessing. I mean, I was second guessing myself throughout every step of the way, but man, so I just stopped, walked away, because it's already stressful enough to do this for the first time on a platform you have no idea about. So take a step back and really mentally focused on the cast, because when I went to put it in, it was kind of really hard to push in, and from this angle here you can't really see into it, right? Apparently it's a circle and then there's a slit in the middle and it fits right into cam gear, and there's only one way it can go in. Even though it is a cylinder with a slit, it's offset, so one side's smaller than the other, and I think I just ramrodded it in and forced it in, and it was flipped. So when I went to try and start it, it didn't start. It's not knowing where it is. So I took off the fan. I wanted to check the timing, so I was able to check the timing. That's all good because I took off the cover, took the cast off, took off the cast, took off the cover, took off the fan. I was able to take it off a lot easier because it's the GK Tech fan, so that was sweet. And I was like, okay, take it slow, flipped it around, turn that cylinder around, and then put it back in, and it slid right in, no worries. And I go, okay, I'm gonna confirm the timing's good. That was good. Screw it, I'm gonna put all this back on, put this on. I didn't leave the fan on. I kept the fan off, and I went to try and start it yesterday evening, and it started. And then immediately the pulley came off because I didn't put the head on. Oh snap! So I turned that off, and then this goes rolling down the street, and down the driveway, and I had to go run after it. And yeah, so it started up. I'm like, okay, cool. That was what I needed for the end of the day. That's my win. So what I'm gonna do is button everything back up properly and give it a start. Refill the coolant, get that bled out, and fingers crossed everything's good to go. So yeah, this is a week in the making. The first iteration of this, finishing this job, was Saturday. It is Friday, the following week. So life took over. I had to work, had to do things. So now I'm getting back into it. But yeah, always second guess yourself. No, if you go slow, take it slow. I think it was just that this was the last thing to put on. I rushed it mentally, and I just didn't think about it. Just put it, because everything else was all nice and buttoned up. So something as simple as having that flipped around and not realizing it, and having to scour the internet for information sets you back a week. So that's what I'm going to try and do today. Get that knocked out, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, I plan on at least getting that all, this area all buttoned up and ready to go. What are we gonna do? Well, got it started. Start right up. I think I tensioned these belts a little too tight, so I'm gonna go back afterward and loosen them up. Because it goes away if I kind of noticed a little bit of a vacuum leak at the booster, so I'll keep an eye on that. A lot of these hoses here are just really hard. I really need to go through. Man, that's like, it's getting there, getting more. Alright. Loosen those things up and then call it good. I don't know if I mentioned that I read up on Samet's website, and he had a little post there and about these gauges, and the common thing is that they don't work. or I mean, they're not super accurate, but mine didn't work when I first got it. So got a little thing there where you remove this module here and then resolder 3 connection points. So I added some solder, resoldered it, and boom, it's working great. So yeah, quick little thing there. All right, we're warmed up, so I'm gonna finish bleeding the coolant, and then